Hello, my name is Jameson Lester, and this is my informational speech for the speech class at 7. Hope everyone's doing well today. Today I would like to inform you about caffeine. I'm sure everyone has woke up in the morning, first thing they do is head for the coffee pot. They put them a pot of coffee on every morning. Routine. And if you don't, you know someone who does. And if you're not a coffee drinker, you've seen someone go straight for a pop, an energy drink, a 5-hour energy, anything with caffeine in it that helps them kickstart their day. Now, some facts I will give you is caffeine is the most widely used substance on the planet, and is also the most researched in regards on how it affects the human body. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, states that an average amount of caffeine consumed in the U.S. is approximately 300 milligrams per person per day. This is the equivalent to between 2 and 4 cups of coffee. This is considered a moderate caffeine intake. Now, studies say that caffeine can promote health in a variety of ways. Back to when I said people, the first thing they do in a day is start a pot of coffee. According to the International Coffee Organization, approximately 1.6 billion cups of coffee are consumed worldwide every day. And the main ingredient in it, caffeine. Caffeine naturally derives from over 60 different plant sources. Now, my personal opinion on caffeine is I try to stay away from it. I do not like having to rely on something to wake me up in the morning, so I would like to get up and not have to worry about going for that pot of coffee. So, now I will give you some pros and cons on caffeine. I'll start with the pros. Studies have shown in Japan that caffeine can increase memory. And a newer study out of Johns Hopkins University showed that a 200 milligram caffeine pill helped boost the memory. Caffeine can also stimulate hair growth. And caffeine can also protect against Parkinson's disease. Research has shown that those who consume coffee are less risk of developing Parkinson's disease, and it may reduce or lessen the chance if it is linked genetically. It also has shown that caffeine may help ward off Alzheimer's. Caffeine also reduces chronic inflammation. Caffeine is good for the heart in small amounts. A study out of Germany found that the amount of caffeine typically in 4 cups of coffee helps strengthen the heart muscle cell function and prolongs the life of the heart muscle cells. Now I'll read you a few cons about caffeine. The Mayo Clinic, MAYO, states that consuming more than 500 or 600 milligrams, which is double the daily average stated by the FDA, per day can lead to insomnia, nervousness, restlessness, irritability, upset stomach, and a fast heartbeat, and even muscle spasms. The next thing on the cons, which is the part that people do not realize, that caffeine is a drug. And just like all drugs, you can become addicted to caffeine. People that become physically dependent on caffeine will experience headaches, fatigue, drowsiness, depression, irritability, concentration difficulties, nausea, and vomiting, and can sometimes lead to death if the case is severe enough. And if they're really addicted to it and you can't lean off the caffeine, the chances are that they're just stuck with it, and eventually it will lead to their death simply because they're so dependent on it. This has been my informational speech on the drug caffeine. Have a good day.